Ladies and gentlemen, we are live tonight for another edition of NASCAR Chase for the Cup 2005. Just 7 races remain in the chase for the Nextel Cup Series Championship, and still 7 drivers realistically have a shot of trying to win this championship. All 10 drivers who started the chase are still within 216 points, 9 of which are within 200 points, and 5 of which are within 81 points. The points battle is tighter than ever at this point in the season, especially at least since the start of the chase, and it is only going to ramp up and up the closer and closer we get to crowning that season champion at Homestead in a couple of weeks. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content as we are about to get ready into tonight's Banquet 400 at the Kansas Speedway. Our first and only trip to Kansas on the season for this Cup Series schedule from 2004. No qualifying for ourselves, no practice for ourselves, so kind of guessing on the setup coming into this one. And we'll see what Jimmie Johnson can do as we try to get him his first career championship. Davion West and everybody else first into the stream. Welcome aboard. Got the Pride of America Lowe's paint scheme for Jimmie Johnson on the car for today's race. We'll see if it will bring him to victory lane. Green flag is in the air. Dale Jr. from the pole will lead the field down into turn 1. Johnson quickly to the inside of Scott Wimmer. Going to want to get through this field as quickly as he can. Oh, wants to do it cleanly if he can help it. A little bit of contact with Wimmer in the middle of turns 3 and 4, and Wimmer got back by on the outside. 2 by 2 through the field. Dale Jr. leads lap 1, 5 bonus points for himself. He gained 4 spots in the standings just after the last race at Talladega. Came home with a runner-up second place finish. He went into the day over 100 points out in 6th in points, and now all of a sudden he is only 69 back in 2nd. Jimmie Johnson, the points leader, coming off a 10th place finish at Talladega. Yes, finished in the top 10 in the first 3 races of the chase, but still just a 69-point lead. It's just how tight it is right now, and nobody can really afford to make a major mistake. Matt Kenseth coming off his first win of the season in that EA Sports 500 at Talladega. That was after spinning earlier in the day. We had 5 cautions in that one as well. Bit of a stack up off the exit of the corner, 3 wide down into the tri-oval. Schneider trying to make up as much ground as he can. Still 3 wide with the 198. And Terry Labonte there underneath him. A little bit of contact. That was not ideal there. Johnson makes headway up to 33rd. Going to jump to the outside. Not sure if that's going to be a great move or not. Got the 149 car of Bobby Boone underneath him. Oh, Boone crowds him. A little bit of contact. Boone may have gotten a piece of the wall as well. DB Forever 85, Michael Turner. Ultimate Trust, welcome to the stream. 3 wide right in front of Jimmie Johnson off the exit of turn 4. Almost some contact between Dale Jarrett and Paul Menard. Jarrett still gains quite a few positions. It looks like 3 spots gained for Jarrett in the tri-oval. Johnson trying to follow that lane down to the bottom, and he's just following Dale Jarrett through the field. Jarrett passes 2 more cars in turns 1 and 2 of Brian Vickers and Ward Burton. From 43rd to 26th and 6 laps for Jimmie Johnson. Oh, there's a stack up off turn 4. Pretty significant contact that time with Johnson in the back of the 88 UPS Ford of Dale Jarrett. Ward Burton gets back by on the outside. Hopefully there's not too much damage on the front of the 48 car. Oh man, Ward Burton really crowding Johnson. Johnson barely clears him off turn 2. Johnson underneath Dale Jarrett. 141 of Parker now to his outside. The 153 car running that upper lane. Not enough room for Johnson to just get there with ease, but he still was able to make some passes. Inside of the 32 of Ricky Craven. Definitely seems like Johnson's got quite a bit of straightaway speed. He's got a lot of grip in the corners as well, at least for the short run. Crowded off the exit of turn 2. Shaky getting down into turn 3. Johnson trying to back his corner up as he passes the 21 of Ricky Rudd, the Wood Brothers machine. Johnson's cracked the top 20, lap 10 at the start-finish line. Billy Kramer, welcome to the stream as well. 12 people watching in the early going of this one here today. Only 2 likes, so smash the like button. Subscribe if you are new. Again, for more daily NASCAR content. Casey Mears trying to side draft Johnson down the back straightaway. Johnson pulls clear. Still got a couple more mile-and-a-halves left this season. In fact, the next race tomorrow night will be on another mile-and-a-half at the Lowe's Motor Speedway, now known as Charlotte Motor Speedway, for the Bank of America 500. I believe it's Bank of America back in 2004. It might not be Bank of America. Whatever the case, it is a 500-mile race under the lights. Jeff Burton down to the bottom. It's a pass on Robbie Gordon in the 31. Johnson follows through. Johnson going to go all the way down to the apron into the tri-oval. Got a little loose doing that. But a good job to keep it off the 99 of Burton. Johnson's clear. Oh, Michael Waltrip with a big block down the backstretch on Bobby Labonte. Labonte staying down low as Johnson rolls the outside. Going to try to arc the corner off the exit of turn 4. Johnson going to go all the way down to the bottom. Couldn't quite get underneath the 18. He will in the middle of 1 and 2, though. Rolls the bottom beautifully. Going to pass the 40 of Sterling Marlin for 14th. A lot of grip in this 48 car. Sawing through the field. There's his teammate Jeff Gordon stuck on the outside. Johnson got to make a pass in the highest running. Hendrick Chevy's in 12th right now, Jimmy Johnson, but he continues to move forward. Passing rookie Brendan Gaughan. Second-year driver Jamie McMurray now passed. Johnson inside the top 10, and it's only lap 15. Dale Jr. still led the first 14 laps of the race. Hard to tell if he's pulling away or not. Matt Kenseth making up some ground. Scott Riggs, another rookie, inside the top 10. I haven't seen much of him this season. Got involved in one of the accidents back at Talladega in the last race 2 nights ago. And Johnson's getting a little tight that time off the exit of turn 4. Had to lift. Harvick almost gets underneath him. Johnson going to block him off in the tri-oval. Kenseth progressing forward. He's trying to get around Riggs for position, but Johnson's going to beat Kenseth to the inside into 1. Kenseth moved up considerably in the points himself. From 10th, 232 points back, to about 174 back in 7th. Johnson again up the track in turns 3 and 4. Kenseth didn't quite get underneath him. Johnson down to the apron. Scott Riggs is trying to pass former champion Tony Stewart, and he just did. He clears him into turn 1, and Scott Riggs is inside the top 5. He's looking to get underneath Rusty Wallace. There's a ton of speed inside that 10 car tonight. I don't think anybody saw Scott Riggs putting on this good of a performance. Stewart to the inside of Wallace. Big block on Jimmy Johnson in the tri-oval. Stewart's going to cross over the 10 of Riggs. Stewart's going to try to crowd Jimmy Johnson. Johnson's just going to let the 20 down in line. Up the track goes the 48. Barely keeps it off the 10 of Riggs. And clears him back off the exit of turn 2. So Johnson's now inside the top 5. Dale Jr.'s lost the lead, and rookie Casey Kane leads the race. Kane comes in third in the standings after another respectable run at Talladega, finishing third. 5 bonus points for him. Dale Jr. and Ryan Newman are side by side in the tri-oval for second. Jr. on the inside, Newman on the outside. Stewart trying to pinch Jimmy Johnson again. Not as aggressively that time, and Johnson clears. Jr. trying to get back by the 9 of Kane. Kane with a big block in the middle of turns 3 and 4. Newman ran a little bit too far wide. Johnson will clear him off turn 4 himself. Already to lap 20. Still caution free in the early going of the race. Jr. going to try that upper line. So is Jimmy Johnson. Johnson rolled it a little bit better than Dale Earnhardt Jr. and he'll go to the bottom for second. He's going to stay way down low into turn 3. For the race lead, Jimmy Johnson will pass Casey Kane. And in just 20 laps, he's gone from last to first to score 5 bonus points for leading his first lap of the race. What a rocket ship for Jimmy Johnson, and caution's out at lap 21. Good timing for Johnson to take the lead. The caution flag is out. Spin off the exit of turn 4. Oh, big crash. My goodness, 4 cars involved, it looked like. Can't tell who that is that lost control. Yeah, I really can't tell who it was, but it looked like Ray Parker, Brian Vickers got involved, and somebody else got clipped after the 141 ricocheted back into the wall. Can't tell who the initial spinner was. Well, this is interesting. So it sounds like the rest of the field just pit while Jimmy Johnson stays out of the pits with the lead. So green flag back in the air. Johnson's going to have about 20 lap older tires compared to the rest of the field for the restart. And he's blocking for his life on Casey Kane, who got a pretty good launch. Ryan Newman going to get to the outside of Casey Kane. Nope, Kane going to block up high now off the exit of turn 2. This is not a good position for Johnson. Luckily, he was able to get to the lead and get 5 bonus points before the caution. Unfortunately, though, he stays out of the pits while everybody else behind him did pit. So although he had a rocket ship at the start of the race, now everything's bunched back together again. And he's on older tires. Might not pan out too well. Dale Jr. trying to go back for the lead to the inside of Johnson. Johnson had no chance to hold him off. He's trying to hold the outside. Ooh, Jr. couldn't quite clear off the exit of turn 4. Johnson trying to side draft him back in the tri-oval. Jimmy's got good straightaway speed in the race car. He's not going to give this up. Jr. going to clear this time off turn 2. No, he is not. Johnson trying to hold on again. This is very tight racing, and now Johnson's in the wall, so I think he's going to end up giving up 2 spots. Oh, Newman trying to get 5 bonus points. He sneaks back to the inside of Dale Jr. Ryan Newman going to try to lead his first lap of the race. Will he do it? No, he will not. Johnson undercuts everybody. All the passings allowing Johnson to stay in it, and he's back to the lead. Dale Jr. coming back to the bottom. Patricia Kennedy, welcome to the stream. Junior not going to be able to clear Johnson off turn 4. Johnson side draft in that right rear corner panel. Junior leads the lap. Another lead change. And Newman fell back to 4th. Casey Kane got around him. Johnson's doing all he can on the top. Dale Jr. is going to be clear off the exit of turn 2 this time. Johnson with the crossover. Side drafts that left rear quarter panel a bit, and he's back to the inside into 3. Johnson needs to battle. He does not want to lose these guys. Slides up quite a bit off the exit of 4, but he gets the car to cut down to the tri-oval in front of Dale Jr. Another lead change with Johnson back out to the front. Just can't drive it in as deep as Dale Earnhardt Jr., though. There's just no way. Fresher tires, Johnson's having to lift just a little bit more and a little bit earlier on corner entry than what he was. Jr. not going to clear off turn 4. Kasey Kahne wants his way through. It's going to be close at the line. Johnson leads that lap. Every lap he leads, so crucial in trying to get those 10 bonus points for the end of the race. Cameron Small, welcome to the stream. Not sure what's going on down in the chat, but welcome. Dale Jr. just cannot clear Jimmy Johnson. And Johnson is aggressively side drafting in the tri-oval to get as much of a pull off the exit of the corner as he can and allowed him to lead that lap. Kasey Kahne starting to slide up the track, though, and he's going to take the air off the left rear of Johnson. Oh, low contact with Dale Jr. down the back stretch. Jr. gets loose, and Johnson's back in the lead, and Dale Jr. is going to lose at least 2, maybe 3 positions. Oh, he almost gets into Newman. Almost got into Newman off turn 4 as well, and Jr. just got shot out of the way. Flip the apron again. Johnson just trying to settle in, hold these guys off. Dale Jr. is at least back to 5th. I believe Kenseth's in 4th, right behind Ryan Newman. Kahne to the inside. He's going to blow by Jimmy Johnson. Okay, maybe not. Yeah, somebody needs to, I don't know what's going on down in the chat. I think we got some bots in the chat or something. You get one of the mods to handle that situation, please. Oh my goodness, shots got loose into 1. Barely kept it off Kasey Kahne. Car's got good grip even on a little bit older tires. He's able to side draft just enough off the exit of the corner to try and hang on. He's going to squeeze Kasey Kahne on corner entry that time. Johnson going to lead this lap. A lot of lead changes in the early going of the race right now since his first restart. Thanks for that, DB. And Billy. And whoever else might have helped in on that. Yeah, I don't know what was going on there. It seemed like there were some bots. Bots in the chat. Oh my goodness, this is close quarters racing. And that did not go according to plan for Jimmy Johnson. Finally going to lose the lead to Kasey Kahne. Kahne going to lead that lap at the line, lap 38. Johnson just trying to hold on to the track position as much as he can. He's doing a great job battling back on these older tires, showing how much speed is in the car. Big slide job by Jimmy Johnson. Up the track he goes. Back down to block Kahne into the tri-oval. He's going to go all the way down to the apron, taking the shortcut now. Kahne to the outside. A big block by Johnson again. Kane with the crossover into 1 and 2. He's back to the bottom of the track while Johnson's up high. Oh, man, almost made contact into 3. And Ryan Newman's right there as well, and Johnson's just going to let him go. He had to get out of the gas or he was going to put himself in the wall. So both Ryan Newman and Casey Kane make the pass. Newman's still trying to get his first lap led of the day. Kane's going to go wide now in 1 and 2, and Newman might have a shot at it. Johnson trying to cut underneath both of them as they side draft up the exit of turn 2. 3 wide for the lead down the backstretch. Johnson may have the advantage on the bottom. These guys crisscrossing each other over for the leads. The only thing keeping Jimmy Johnson in this thing on old tires. Thought about blocking Newman. Doesn't want to do it. Johnson leads that lap. Newman to the inside for the lead. He's in pride position now. Kevin Harvick starting to close in on the battle. All chase drivers duking it out for the lead early. Johnson stays in front of Kane. Oh, wow, they were 3 wide. Didn't even realize it. Harvick's down low. Johnson with the crossover with the run off the high side on Newman. This is insane racing. Here at Kansas, Johnson just getting a little bit tighter as this run carries on. Big block on Kevin Harvick. Harvick gets sideways in the tri-oval and catches the race car. Great job keeping it off the wall. Up the track went Johnson again. Newman to the bottom. Can Newman lead his first lap this time? Johnson trying to pinch him. Newman not clear. Big side draft by Johnson. Newman's fighting hard for this lap lead. At the line, Jimmy leads it. Newman's been so close on 3 occasions now. Is this lap going to be able to get it done? Newman's clear. That might be all she wrote for Jimmy Johnson. Oh, no, Newman didn't get to the bottom in time. Look at Jimmy blow right by him. Oh, no, he pulled up the track too soon. Newman gets into the back of him. Oh, my goodness. Jimmy didn't even realize Newman was still there. Casey Kane back to the lead. That could have gotten ugly. Kenseth's up to second. I don't think Newman led a lap at all yet. And he's back to third. Lap 45, Johnson's already kind of damaging the car a bit. I thought the PS... Oh, my goodness. I don't know what happened there. Johnson went up the track off the exit of turn 2. Newman was crowding him, and he was expecting Newman to pull up clear in the 17. He never did. Johnson's definitely having a harder and harder time trying to keep the car pinned on the bottom. Look, speaking of keeping the car pinned on the bottom, Casey Kane is not giving Johnson a lot of room here. That was like NASCAR 21 ignition AI there for a second. No room for Jimmy Johnson. As Kane really takes the line away. Jimmy just squeezes down underneath Kane that time in the tri-oval. It's going to get him back in turns 1 and 2, it looks like. Johnson going to consider short pitting very soon. Oh, Kane's in the wall off turn 4. Bit of a rookie mistake there. All on his own. The guy in the oldest tires is the one leading. We had a 4-car crash back on lap 21. That was our first and only caution of the race. Johnson's trying to keep Casey Kane behind him. Jimmy's car's all over the place. He's gotten a bit of damage this opening fuel run. He's got older tires than everybody else, and he's pushing still as hard as he can to try and hold on. At some point, he will have to pit well before anybody else, so he's probably going to end up short pitting to try and minimize the amount of time lost. He pushed all the way into the wall that time off 4. Kane back to the lead. Quarter tank of gas left for Johnson. Ryan Newman back in the mix again. Looking for the lead. Casey Kane trying to throw some blocks. Johnson going wide. That didn't work. Newman's going to get to the inside for second. Oh, my goodness. Johnson all over the place again. Oh, Casey Kane goes wide, though, also. Oh, that hole closed quickly. Kane's trying to chop off the 12 of Newman. Big block. Here comes Johnson to the outside. Newman's going to get to the bottom as they try to split Casey Kane. Nearly 3 wide for the lead again. Nowhere to go for Johnson. He cuts down to the bottom of the racetrack. Jimmy Johnson's going to send it into turn 1. 3 wide for the lead. Oh, what a pass. Oh, no, he pulled up too soon. And he put himself on the wall. Oh, and Kane's back again. Harvick Kenseth in the mix. Oh, Johnson's going way up the track. He had to get on the brakes. And Newman squeezes him. 3 wide, just nowhere to go. Kane back to the front. Johnson back to 4th. And he's going to try to pit. Not quite to the end of his fuel run, but he couldn't take much more. No adjustments, 4 tires and fuel for Jimmy Johnson. He just wanted to get out of harm's way now that he really lost the lead and probably wasn't going to be able to get it back after falling all the way back to 4th position. So no adjustments, 4 tires and fuel for Jimmy Johnson, the points leader. He's definitely got some decent damage to the right front of his car. That's probably not helping the handling on top of the fact that he was just on older tires. And every time he was being put back in traffic, was making it worse and worse. Really got to hope it stays green. Casey Kane is the leader. Now Johnson's got fresher tires than everybody else. And now there's a caution. On lap 55, just a lap after Johnson pits, caution flag is out. Another crash off of turn 4, very similar to the first, and another 4-car accident. Jimmy Lane in the 169 car goes for a spin. Collected Mark Martin, Scott Wimmer. I'm not sure who else got caught up in it. That is unbelievable. Now we'll see if they pit. Because if they do, Johnson can stay out, try to get the wave around. I don't know if that works in this game, really. Terrible timing for that second caution for Jimmy Johnson. Everybody's going to stay out, so he is going to top off on fuel again, even though he just pitted for a lap. Might as well. And might as well take tires again with it. That is unbelievable. Major championship implications with just 7 races to go for points leader Jimmy Johnson as he is trapped a lap down after the second caution of the day. Everybody pitted before he did because they pitted under the first caution. So at some point he was going to have to pit, decided to short pit to try and gain some of that time back that he was going to eventually lose. But he got a caution a little bit too soon. Dan Clark, welcome to the stream. NASCAR used to have 43 cars back then. Yes, they did. 40 car fields, I believe, started in 2015, 2017. It was somewhere around there. I think it was 2015. Was maximum field size down to 40. Might have been 2016. It was somewhere around there. 2015, 2016, 2017. Well, green flag back in the air. Johnson did get the free pass, but he is at the back of the pack. He does have fresher tires. So lap 60, green flag back in the air. Everybody stayed out. Johnson pitted. He got the free pass because he was literally the only driver a lap down. So at least he is back on the lead lap because he got the free pass. But even with fresher tires having to come from the back to the front, offsetting pit strategy right now. Again, Johnson just topped off on fuel during the caution as well. Really only going to save him another lap during this run. Kind of picking up where we left off from Talladega with cautions early in the race. Even though we had a 75-lap green flag run to the end at Talladega. Getting into the race was a little bit more wild. Menard got tight. The track he goes. Johnson's just going to have to pick him off one by one. Kyle Petty protecting the bottom. Johnson's just going to go to the outside then into turns 3 and 4. Patrick Shadley, welcome to the stream. Oh, man. Johnson didn't want to be 3 wide. Mark Martin's really crowding him down the backstretch. Johnson's going as low as he can. Clearing everybody into turn 1. They were nearly 4 wide. Oh, Craven. Just got ran into by Johnson, who had a super quick closing rate. Everybody's pinching Johnson off. Jeff Green in 43 car now, down the backstretch, pinching the 48. Casey Kane's getting some crucial laps led. Oh, big move by Johnson. 3 wide in the tri-oval. He's being gutsy. Trying to get this track position back. Definitely was on the bad side of the strategy for the moment. But he is still off strategy with the leaders. Figure getting the free pass, might as well pit during that last caution. Bit of contact. A slap into the wall by the 198 of Tony Walker. Johnson back to 25th, though. Single file restart almost kind of making it maybe not as bunched together, even though it still is. Definitely making maybe a little bit longer time getting through the pack, even with fresher tires. It took Johnson 20 laps to do it earlier in the race. We would expect him to do it in lesser laps than that this time around, again with the fresh tires, but we'll just have to wait and see if he can obviously even get up there. Where the rest of the field ends up deciding to pit whenever they do decide to pit. Johnson going 3 wide to the bottom. Maybe Joe Nemechek, Brendan Gaughan. He's up to 19th. A little contact off turn 4. Saw some sparks flying up the way. Johnson drives past Jarrett. 40 card field started in 2016. I figured it was somewhere. I know it started when the charter system came into play. I just couldn't remember exactly what year that was. 2016 then. I knew it was 2015, 2016, 2017. It was one of those 3 years. Michael's saying 2016. I believe it, because I knew it was somewhere around that time frame. Ooh. Travis Clanton, welcome to the stream. Casey Kane still holding on to the lead at Kansas. Not as big of championship implications as what we thought that last caution. Luckily, it wasn't too long of a green flag run that they naturally got into lap traffic. It's a great battle for the lead earlier in the going. Mix of fresh tires and old, and we're about to have that mix. Only roles reverse where Johnson's going to be the one with fresher tires. Contact! Bobby Labonte got sandwiched 3 wide between Kurt Busch and Dale Jr. off turn 4. Ping-ponged off of both of them, and they're still 3 wide down into turn 1. Well, they merged side by side, at least by the exit of the corner. Johnson drives right around Michael Waltrip for 9th. It's on the outside of Rusty Wallace for 8th. Oh, Johnson into the wall and into Rusty Wallace, and Wallace goes around with a spin back across traffic, and they're crashing big in turn 1. Oh, no. He kind of got squeezed, but definitely the bounce into the wall wasn't great. Michael Waltrip ended up piling in, and that could have been a lot bigger than what it was as Wallace came back up into the middle of 1 and 2. The only car he somehow collected was poor Waltrip, who was just an innocent bystander and all that. Johnson's going to pit. Nobody else will. Johnson did start the caution, though, so not going to be able to replace tires. Or add fuel. A little bit of damage to repair on the 48. Three cautions already. Haven't had a long green flag run in this race yet. I don't think we've had a green flag run longer than 20 laps so far. 3 cautions in the first 76 laps. Casey Kane will lead the field back to the green again. Johnson having to come from the tail. Made his way up to 9th for that caution. Ashton G, welcome to the stream. Jimmy still got fresher tires, though. Blue by Mark Martin through 3 and 4. Oh, big undercut. Bit of a stack up in the middle of 3 and 4. Johnson had to get on the brakes. Cars are pitting at lap 81. Oh, a little bit of contact. Ricky Rudd now makes contact off the exit of turn 4 with the 198 car, slowing each other up. Johnson to the outside. He gets into the wall. He gets into the 198 who goes up the track. That was Tony Walker. Johnson gets squeezed again. Nowhere to go. Jeff Gordon just led that last lap with some of the leaders pitting in front of him. That'll earn him 5 bonus points. It's going to get tight. Johnson to the inside. I think Ricky Rudd's going to want to pit. 3 wide, the 132 car stuck on the outside. He might have wanted to pit there, but he didn't. Gordon's still on the track. He'll lead another lap. Be interesting to see who's going to be the one to cycle out of the pits with the lead. I think Johnson's just going to have to pit with these guys. Just try to get back on the same strategy. Ooh, Biffle got really tight. Right in the middle of the corner, that car shot up the track. For whatever reason, he's pinching Johnson down the backstretch, even though they're not battling for position. Gordon pits, Labonte pits, Tony Stewart stays out. Stewart gets 5 bonus points for leading a lap. Many different chasers have led today. Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon, now Tony Stewart. Casey Kane's led laps. Dale Jr.'s led laps. Newman came close. I don't believe he actually got a lap led, but he was side by side at the line on about 3 or 4 different occasions. And the top 3 will pit this time off turn 4, giving the lead back to Jimmy Johnson temporarily. And I think Johnson's going to make his way in very soon. Trying to get back on the same strategy, and the longer he stays out, the harder it's going to be. The more time he's going to lose to everybody who has just pitted. That left rear corner panel and the right front fender is just a crinkled mess on this 48. The pandemonium we've seen up to this point in the race. Still not racing here in the Cup Series on this game yet. No clue exactly how far the fuel window is. And then on top of that, we've had 3 cautions without a single green flag run going longer than 20 laps tonight. Johnson will pit this time off turn 4. Probably going to give that lead up to Matt Kenseth in the 17. Johnson down into the pit lane for 4 tires and fuel, his first green flag stop of the race. Actually, sorry, second. Last time he took one, we had a caution a lap after he came out of the pits. Got trapped a lap down. He's not going to go a lap down here, but we'll have to see exactly where he'll be able to cycle in through the field. Definitely relying on this 48 team to have a pretty fast pit stop. It's been a long time since they made a mistake on pit road. They're pretty good most of the season. Repairing a little bit more of that damage on the left rear corner panel. Matt Kenseth leads. He's going to be the 6th different chase driver to lead a lap today once he gets back to the start-finish line this time by. So 6 of the 10 chase drivers will have led a lap. Well, never mind. Kenseth didn't lead a lap. Here comes Harvick. And Harvick will instead lead at the start-finish line. Kenseth did not get a lap led in. And Johnson's in 30th after cycling out of the pit lane. A little contact out of the rear view of the 48. Kyle Petty just squeezed one car into the wall off turn 4. At 91, Johnson back up to speed and looking to let it rip. 7.3 seconds off the race lead. Johnson's probably got about 5 lap fresher tires than most of these guys. Definitely going to make a difference initially. Saw some sparks flying up there. Got to be careful. Right off the exit of turn 4 again. That's where we've seen 2 cautions, and the other one came midway down the front stretch. So all 3 cautions have been in that area of the racetrack. Schneider not going to take it 3 wide to the top. He had a chance. He didn't want to risk it. He squeezed into the wall again. Especially with the rookie Scott Riggs being the car on the bottom. Riggs, who drove himself as high as 4th in the very beginning of the race, is now back to 23rd. He's about to pass chaser Kurt Busch. Perhaps Johnson goes 3 wide to the bottom, slides up, barely kept it off the 10, kept his foot in it. Johnson passes Busch. Busch is fading right now. He's 10th in the standings of the chase drivers coming into the race. He does not need a run like this. Though the points leader is not that far in front of him. On 2x2 traffic, right around 15th. Johnson's teammate Terry Labonte lets him go. Once again, chase drivers leading the race. Jeff Gordon, Tony Stewart, Kevin Harvick, Jimmy Johnson, Casey Kane, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Kenseth came close, Newman came close, but I don't believe they led any laps. Busch has been towards the back as we just saw last of him. He was in 24th. Tell you what, Johnson's definitely not led a lot of laps in this race today compared to some other drivers. Well, this is the first Harvick has led the entire race. Led the last couple. Johnson up the track. Gives up a spot to Waltrip. I think Vickers might have slightly got into the left rear of Jamie McMurray in front of him. Johnson holds off the 77 car down into turn 3. Drives back to the inside of the 15 of Michael Waltrip, as well as his teammate Brian Vickers in the 25. Gets by McMurray for 11th. Lap 100. Contact between Rusty Wallace and Elliott Sadler as they battle for 9th. Johnson's about 3.8 seconds off the lead. This is definitely the longest green flag run of the race so far. Last went green at lap 76. We're at lap 102. Johnson up the track. Rusty Wallace also went up the track. Johnson didn't have enough momentum to get by him. He's zigzagging his way into 3. Not intentionally either. Damage definitely throwing the handling all over the place. Squeezes to the inside of the 2 of Rusty Wallace. Gets by for 9th. Which is where Johnson got up to before the last caution. Still over 3 seconds off the lead of Kevin Harvick. Harvick, who was tied for 2nd going into the last race, ended up with a 15th place finish compared to Johnson's 10th. He lost points on the leader. And the 2 drivers that moved ahead of him in points finished ahead of him. 2nd and 3rd for those 2. Remember, Ryan Newman and Tony Stewart were the only 2 drivers that were in the chase on DNF to Talladega, both for engine failures. They're currently 6th and 7th. Stewart's got some bonus points in this race for leading at least a lap. He led about 3 laps there in the transition to green flag pit stops. Newman has not led yet. Trying to keep himself in contention. You never know what can happen. Especially in a race like this that has been very unpredictable. That's kind of been the chase so far. Outside of New Hampshire, that was pretty straightforward. Caution-free. Johnson dominated. Dover was insane. We had a late race yellow. Was 2 of them in the last 60 laps. Ended under the caution. Harvick got a win. And then Talladega, we had 5 cautions in the first 110 laps of the race, and then we went 75 laps green to the end. Johnson finished 10th. 2nd and 10th in each of those last 2 races, and then today, 3 cautions in the first just over 70 laps. Newman trying to side draft Johnson down the backstretch. Kenseth trying to block Jeff Gordon. Oh, contact. Dale Jr. Jimmy Johnson. Johnson got a little tight, had to lift onto the gas off turn 2. Kenseth is blocking up Jeff Gordon. He blocked him in the tri-oval. He blocked him again down the backstretch. Kenseth's going to go a bit wide. Gordon to the bottom. Oh, Johnson got loose. Johnson's kind of boxed in right now. He's going to go all the way up high. Kenseth is going to put him in the wall. Matt Kenseth just put Jimmy Johnson in the wall. I think he was trying to block him in the middle of the corner. More damage to the 48. Aggressive move. It looked like a block. His car was slowly moving up. Unless he just overdrove the corner, but considering he was trying to block the other Hendrick car of Gordon down the straightaway a couple times as well, I'm guessing that was just a bad block attempt there by Kenseth. I don't know how Dale Jr. didn't get around him. Pro Jim Skills, welcome to the stream. Jr. going to get to the inside of Kenseth. It looks like down the back straightaway. Good run off the exit of turn 2 for Dale Jr. And he'll complete the pass. Jr.'s a man on a mission. Qualified on the pole. He led about the first 15 laps. Lost the lead. Kenseth blocking Johnson again. Into the tri-oval. Johnson trying to back up turns 1 and 2. Kenseth got through there really well, though. Dale Jr. going to try the outside of Jeff Gordon. I don't know how that's going to work. Oh, Gordon slides up. Oh, my goodness. Maybe a bit of contact between the 8 and the 48. Jr. thought about pinching the 48. Thought better of it. Johnson up to 4th. These guys are running down race leader Kevin Harvick. Casey Kane had a big run getting into 3 and 4. He might have a chance to get back to the lead. Hendrick duo of Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson closing in as well. Is Kane going to be able to get there first? Oh, Gordon's blocking his own teammate. Johnson with the undercut. Big time crossover through turns 1 and 2, and he pulled that off clean. Kane better get around Harvick quick as Johnson's coming. It's been a long time since Jimmy, well, I guess Johnson led a couple laps in the transition and green flag pit stops. Outside of that, it has been on natural racing since about lap 40 since Johnson has led. Kane going to try the outside on Harvick this time. Harvick slides up, but Casey's going to have a bit of a run down the back straightaway. Johnson tried the top as well. Didn't get as good of an exit to the corner as Casey Kane did. Kane goes wide again, but he's going to give up the bottom. Johnson goes to the inside that time. He clears Kane for second place. Trying to get a run after Kevin Harvick into the tri-oval now for the lead. Harvick leads that lap at the line, but here is the 48. Jimmy Johnson is charged from the back to the front again. Clear in the middle of 1 and 2. Casey Kane going to follow the line. The 48 paved through. Harvick still up high. Johnson's going to make sure he goes low and make sure that the 9 car isn't going to get around him. Kane has cleared Kevin Harvick for second. What kind of diecast do I have? I have a lot. I don't have a lot of 124 scale. Started collecting some classic ones. last couple NASCAR races I went to. I plan on just getting a couple more every track I go to. It's got loose off turn 2, into Kane, into the wall. Actually, this paint scheme we're running tonight with Johnson's one of the 124 scale die casts I got at Bristol last season. My favorite Jimmy Johnson scheme of all time. He had a couple laps led, taking the lead. Johnson gets it back from him. Big block in the tri-oval for Johnson. And here comes Casey Kane on the outside. Harvick down to the bottom. Trying to take second place away. Black Ace, welcome to the stream. If it wasn't for the slow race pace at the beginning, I think we'd be about halfway. Again, 3 cautions in the first just over 70 laps in this race tonight. Currently on the longest green flag run, which still has not even stretched to 50 laps yet. Harvick got a really good run in the middle of 1 and 2, pulling to the inside of Jimmy Johnson. Johnson trying to side draft Harvick. He's trying to hang on. Casey Kane's going up the track a bit. Oh boy. He got into the 48, and that just washed Johnson up enough that he brushed the wall, and Harvick pulls clear. That was a big block by Harvick. Well, after these guys rain down Harvick, Harvick's found his way back to the lead again. Johnson had a good exit to turn 2. Harvick's not going to go down and try to side drop the 48. Johnson's clear into 3 and 4. Well, halfway on fuel. Ooh, Jeff Gordon also in 3 and 4 passes Kevin Harvick. Hendrick Motorsports for the first time today runs 1-2 at lap 122. Harvick with the crossover on Gordon down into 1 and 2. Casey Kane still right there. Grab dinner from the virtual concession stand. It's pretty funny. Dan Clark is mowing away at the virtual popcorn right now. The virtual popcorn on his real sofa or recliner, whatever he's in right now. Computer desk. I don't know where he's watching this. Or was it a virtual hot dog? Did you have to pay for your virtual food? That's what I really want to know. My virtual beer costs $6. Kane's going to get around Jimmy Johnson. He's easily clear off the exit of turn 2. Casey trying to block. Johnson's got to barely get underneath him into 3. Jimmy overdrove the corner. He's on the apron getting in. Up the track he goes. Pretty good run, though, in the tri-oval for Jimmy Johnson. Casey Kane again is pinching off the 48 car. Not as aggressively that time, still pretty aggressive. Up the track they go. Johnson brushes the wall a bit. That killed his momentum down the back straightaway. Harvick Looks low in 3 and 4. Not going to get there. Again, Johnson trying to get underneath Casey Kane. Wiggled a bit. Oh, my goodness. Got into the back of him. Both cars going to go up the track now. Free lemonade. Johnson again to the inside of Casey Kane. Into turns 1 and 2. Battle it out for the lead. Johnson's clear. Jeff Gordon got around Harvick that last lap for third. Gordon to the bottom. Casey Kane slipped up the track. Maybe in danger of losing second place again. Just a roulette of cars just passing each other for the lead, passing each other for position. Here comes Gordon again to the bottom. It's like nobody wants to hang on to the lead here. And now the Hendrick duo of Johnson and Gordon are side by side for the lead. Gordon won the inaugural race here at Kansas. He's clear off of turn 4 for the lead. Johnson going to cross him back over, though, into 1. And Gordon leads another lap at the line. One car blowing an engine down on the inside of the track. It's Elliott Sadler. What's new? How many is that now? Is that number 10 yet? Is that like 10 blown engines in the last like 15 races or so for Elliott Sadler? What a poor end of the season for him. He almost won at Talladega last night. Had a top 10 going. Harvick to the lead off turn 2. Johnson beats him down the back straightaway, though, and into 3. He's easily going to beat the 29 car to the bottom of the racetrack. All clear. Harvick tried to cross him over in the front stretch. Wasn't going to happen. Harvick almost got underneath the 48. Very close. Johnson overdrove the corner. Big time. He's got a lift. Quite a bit. 3 wide to the bottom. Darty move by both Jeff Gordon and Casey Kane. Oh, Johnson just made a mistake in the 1 now. Still gets around Casey Kane, though. Side draft in the 24 of Gordon. Johnson at the bottom of the track, 3 wide for the lead. He passes Gordon and Harvick, clears them both off the exit of turn 2. Casey Kane with a good exit off of turn 4. Johnson with a block in the tri-oval. And we are halfway home at lap 134. I think it's just impossible for any one of these guys to hang on to the lead for more than 5 laps. And the fact that they're all chase drivers only adds to the intensity. Johnson leads that lap. Big side draft going off into 1. want to know what racetrack sells that food. I've never seen smoked salmon at a NASCAR race. I've never been to Kansas. We're at Kansas tonight. Maybe Kansas sells smoked salmon. Maybe Daytona does. They're on a beach. Johnson and Kane have been side by side for about 2.5 laps. Oh, that was a big run off the exit of turn 2. Jimmy Johnson trying to pinch Casey Kane. They get into one another. Casey Kane's in the wall. Johnson barely missed it. And here comes Dale Jr. That knocks him into the wall again. Johnson didn't realize the 8 car was there. Jeff Gordon to the lead. Backwards go the 48 and the 9. Johnson was trying to pinch Casey Kane. He took his line away and he wasn't clear when he moved down on top of him, and both cars got into the wall. And we got pit stops. Kevin Harvick will pit. Casey Kane gets around Jimmy Johnson. Kane and Johnson are running down Dale Jr. again, though. Casey trying to block for his life now. That was a mistake, though. He went way too far wide. Should just ran his line on the bottom. Johnson's clear. He's back to third. Dale Jr., Jeff Gordon will pit. Sorry, Gordon's still on the track. That was lap car of Scott Wimmer that just pit. Casey Kane just pit that last time by. Jimmy Johnson will pit this time at lap 141. Johnson going to try to gain as much time on the 24 as he can coming into the pits. 70 miles per hour is the pit road speed limit. He gained quite a bit of time. 4 tires and fuel for the 48 of Johnson. Tony Stewart will take over the race lead for the moment. He's already led today. He'll lead again. First time he only led because of green flag stops. They did that time. Johnson almost gets into the back of Gordon. Jeff Gordon tried to pull into his pit box. He's only a couple stalls behind the 48. Not a bad stop. Another mistake-free one for Jimmy Johnson and his crew. Came out ahead of Newman. I didn't see Gordon roll off of his pit box. Tony Stewart's just staying out on the racetrack hoping for a caution. That he can trap a lot of these drivers, especially the chase drivers, lap down. He's 9th in points. Just over a race worth of points back. 196 points out of first coming into this one. Johnson's back to 13th. I think Kenseth and Labonte are both for position. In front of him, Labonte's pitting. I guess Labonte wouldn't have been for position. Kenseth was. I thought Labonte already pit. Only chase drivers to not lead a lap today would be Bobby Labonte, Matt Kenseth, Ryan Newman, and Kurt Busch. Tony Stewart's still out on the track. Well, the 48's got a decent amount of damage. Definitely not been a clean race for him so far. It has been one of those kind of gutted out races. I guess it is only a 400-mile race compared to back in this time period in NASCAR. There were a lot of 500 plus mile races. So this one definitely a shorter mile-and-a-half race in length. The next race tomorrow night will be at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And, well, Kurt Busch just received 5 bonus points for leading that last lap. He's now the 7th different chase driver to lead a lap. Staying out of the pits a little bit longer than everybody else. I don't think there's been any non-chase drivers to lead in this race at all either. Kurt's going to lead another one. River bottomed out in the middle of the corner. Didn't have any contact. Oh, and now he's in the wall. Bottomed out getting into the corner, and then he ended up scraping the wall off the exit of turn 4. Kurt Busch going to pit this time by. There's Dale Jr. and Casey Kane. Jimmy Johnson right behind him as he is merged. Working to the inside of Dale Jr. Jr. trying to go 3 wide, perhaps up the middle. Instead, he'll just hop in line behind the 48. Clears them both. Casey Kane loses 2 positions that lap. And who will cycle back to the lead? It will be Jeff Gordon. Johnson to 3rd, following the green flag pit stops. Harvick's in 2nd. Dale Jr. 4th, and then Casey Kane rounds out the top 5. Top 5 all within less than a second and a half of each other, and there's a lot of lap traffic in front of Jeff Gordon. Jacob Comstock, welcome to the stream. Santiago Kid, welcome to the stream as well. Read your comment already. I saw you in there, Santiago Kid. Just didn't call you out. Lap 150 of 267. Longest green flag run of the race now has reached just shy of 75 laps. 3 cautions total. And I believe at least 1 more stop, maybe 2 remain at the Kansas Speedway. Johnson to the inside, a Harvick who might have gotten slowed up behind that 123 car just enough. Johnson to 2nd. And Gordon has lost a lot of time to Johnson and Harvick both over the last couple of laps. Jimmy Johnson with the run into turn 3 for the lead. He's got it with ease. Gordon could not battle him off. And Gordon's in the wall off turn 4. Pushing the car maybe a little too hard to get back at the 48. Turn 4 has been treacherous for a lot of drivers today. We've seen 2 spins there. Another one further down the tri-oval. Definitely narrows up quite a bit there. Ricky Craven holding up Johnson a bit in turns 3 and 4. Jimmy going to get under him. Pull up and pull clear of Craven. Raven moves up the track in the middle of 1 and 2. Gordon to his inside. Paul Menard's the next lap car in the 33. I feel like we've seen him a ton in this race today. Pete Nelson in the 153 up there as well. And they're side by side right in front of Johnson. So Johnson's just going to take it 3 wide. There's Menard off turn 2, as well as Pete Nelson. He's got a little bit of space for the next set of lap cars, but there is a lot more where they came from. And Gordon is going to get squeezed now. 3 wide off the exit of turn 4. Gordon in the middle. So he was stuck between both Nelson and Menard. Still got Menard underneath him with Gordon on the high side. Gordon's running the 48 back down, though. Clears Menard down to the bottom finally into turn 3. Gordon within striking distance. And now Gordon to the inside, off turn 4. Johnson leads the lap at the line, 111 to go. Johnson going to continue to battle. Ooh, trying to squeeze the 24 car into turn 3. Well, contact. And Gordon's clear. That slowed Johnson down quite a bit off turn 4. Well, let's see how they're going to get through the lap traffic. Side by side, not too far ahead of the 24. Johnson got a little tight off the exit of turn 4 again there. We're going to alternate through the different camera angles for the first time in the race tonight. Johnson ideally would love to try and find a way back around the 24. If he could use one of the lap cars as a pick, that would be the most ideal spot. Bobby Boone up high. So is the 105 car. Both Gordon and Johnson get through the lap traffic pretty well, at least that first time through. Gordon almost got ran into from behind by Jimmy Johnson. Johnson cutting Gordon a little bit of slack. He's trying to race his teammate clean. Even though it has not been a clean night overall for the 48. Gordon's really been arcing the corners off, maybe a little bit more than the 48. That could potentially lead for Johnson to get to the inside of the 24. Stewart starting to separate themselves from Kevin Harvick, Dale Jr. and Casey Kane back, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. It's a Hendrick breakaway. Johnson's not able to get close enough behind Gordon when Gordon approaches a lap car. Almost got under him there. He just didn't have enough room. Gordon really pinched him off. Johnson overdrives 3 and 4. Jeff Gordon being held up again, though, by Ricky Rudd. It's getting Johnson back into it. Down the back straightaway, big run to the back of the 24 car. He's going to look to the outside and turns 3 and 4. Gordon's going to run there and try and protect, even though that puts himself behind Ricky Rudd again. Gordon's going to have to find a way around Rudd. Got to the bottom just in the nick of time. Johnson's all over him off the exit of turn 2. Johnson still stuck behind Gordon. Gordon's just mimicking the line of the 48. "100 laps to go, this time by at Kansas." Johnson trying the outside through 1 and 2, but Jeff Gordon does as well. There's the undercut. Johnson to the inside of Jeff Gordon into turn 3. Flatlined it a bit. Pulls up with a slide job. Trying to stay in it, but Gordon's already crossed him back over to the inside. Gordon leads that lap still. Now Johnson's stuck on the top. Gordon not going to clear off turn 2. So side by side, down the back for the lead with 100 laps left at Kansas. 6 races remain until the chase for the championship is over. Once the checkered flag flies tonight in the Banquet 400. Gordon got a bit loose off turn 4. Johnson side drafted him. Jimmy leads that lap at the line. It's a big race for the most laps led right now, really between a lot of different drivers. 7 of them have led laps, all of them chase drivers. Quite a few lead changes on top of it. Johnson just can't pull clear down the straightaway. Gordon's able to side draft that left rear corner panel going off into a corner. Gordon's not getting off of turn 4 very well, though. Johnson leads another lap. These guys are racing very hard, a little too hard that time into 1. Johnson crowded Gordon a bit too much. I don't know how they were side by side after the contact still. Oh, Ricky Rudd thought he was going to try to take it 3 wide. Gordon led that lap. Nervous about Rudd being in there in the 21 car. Not giving these two a whole lot of space. They've been side by side for about 3 laps. They made contact once. They still stayed side by side. Johnson almost clears Gordon into 3, but not quite. So close. Gordon slides up again. Almost got into the 48. Gordon led that lap. The 3 lap cars these two are coming up on. Nobody wants to give this up. Oh, hang on. Contact. Oh, my goodness. Up the hill goes Johnson. So out of shape off turn 2, and he entered so flat into 3, he just couldn't hold it. Car's already a little wobbly down the backstretch. Gordon won that battle. Hate to see it end with contact, especially considering, again, that they are teammates. I don't know why I'm so low. Johnson's got to get back by Ricky Rudd. Oh, boy, I don't know what happened to Rudd in the tri-oval there. I don't know if he was trying to side draft the 48 or if he got loose. There's a lot of lap cars in front of Jeff Gordon, and a couple of them are side by side off turn 2. Chance for Jimmy to get back into it again. We have won 12 races so far this season. And we did win the first race of the chase, if you were wondering about the chase races. That's the only chase race won so far. 3 different chase drivers have won each of the first 3 chase races. 135 car is holding Jeff Gordon up. Gordon tried to take it to the middle, but it was too late. Johnson used Ben Baldwin as a pick. 132, not 135. But either way, Johnson used the lap car as a pick to get by Gordon. Gordon's still trying to clear Baldwin off of turn 4. He finally does. And Johnson's got about a 2.5 car length lead at the start-finish line that time. And Ricky Rudd just got back by Jeff Gordon as well, so he is going to now hold up to 24. He clears him into turn 3. And Gordon's got to cross him over. He's losing time to Johnson. Johnson's got 5 lap cars in front of him yet. 3 of them probably within about a half a second. Oh, Jimmy got loose. Overdrove 1 and 2. Ricky Rudd just undercut Gordon again after Gordon cleared him off turn 2, and Rudd almost got back in on him into 3. Rudd gets a little tight after the 24 pinched him off. Gordon had to do it, though. Ricky Rudd is in the free pass position. Would like to get his lap back if we got another yellow. Rudd has not won yet this season, so he's still battling for that. Johnson wiggled a bit in the center of 3 and 4. A little bit of separation, though, between the 48 and the 24 all of a sudden. These two finished 1-2 in the regular season standings. They're the 2 most winningest drivers this season on top of it. Carried the banner for Hendrick Motorsports. Neither of the other 2 of Brian Vickers and Terry Labonte have a win for Hendrick Motorsports this season. Johnson to the inside of the 191 car, but he couldn't clear him off turn 4. He will clear him in the tri-oval, though. Oh, the 191 is going to cross over Jimmy Johnson. And it's going to be 3 wide off the exit of turn 2 with the 31 of Robbie Gordon to the outside. Johnson's being held up by the lap cars just like Gordon was, and Gordon's going to try to use him as a pick. He's got it. Gordon takes him 3 wide off turn 4. Oh, no, they're hooked. They're hooked. The 48's in the grass. Caution's out for the 4th time tonight. Robbie Gordon into the wall. Ricky Rudd collected the 191 car. Got hooked off the 48's front bumper when they were 3 wide after Johnson got pinched behind the lap cars. Gordon got to the lead right before the yellow. Johnson saves it down in the grass. We get another caution. And everybody's going to pit. Well, that wasn't ideal. Longest green flag run of the day will end at about 120 laps. Probably closer to 110. I think Gordon won the race out of the pits. And there's some drivers who stayed out, so it looks like the Joe Gibbs cars of Tony Stewart and Bobby Labonte stayed out. Maybe a couple others stayed out of the pits as well. Green flag back in the air. Johnson restarts 8th despite being 4th on his way out of the pit lane. Oh my goodness, 3 wide to the inside. How did Johnson get shuffled out like that? They are 2 and 3 wide. 3 by 3 now into turn 3. This might not end well. This is about as widespread as the restarts have been all day. Johnson found himself to the bottom after not taking off very well. Bit of a stack up in the tri-oval that time. Johnson going to let Dale Jr. back in line. Got some guys on old tires holding everybody up. Jr.'s really pinching off Johnson down the back straightaway. 3 wide. Up the track. There's a little smoke, like there might have been some contact towards the back of the field. There's still 3 wide in the tri-oval, it looks like. Matt Kenseth, Bobby Labonte, Kurt Busch. Dale Jr.'s moving and soaring forward on this restart. Oh, he almost got into Stewart. And now they're 3 wide for the lead. Gordon sandwiched in the middle between Mark Martin and Dale Jarrett. Stewart's on old tires. Johnson to the inside of Tony. Dale Jarrett's leading for the first time today, non-chaser. Gordon in the wall after maybe a bit of a nudge from Jimmy Johnson. Junior to the lead off turn 2. Blocking Gordon in the tri-oval. I don't know if those drivers that stayed out are just going to hope for another caution or what the deal is there. And Stewart and Labonte just got blown around on the restart. I think Kurt Busch was also on older tires. Might have been somebody else. Maybe Dale Jarrett was one of the other drivers on old tires as well. Dale Jr. back out in front at Kansas. Johnson trying to get a run. Turn 4 has been, again, the dangerous corner in this race today. It is struck for the 3rd of the 4 cautions, and the only other one was Wallace going for a spin about 2/3 of the way down the front stretch. After Johnson got squeezed into the wall, bounced into him. I don't know what happened back there. It sounded like somebody else made contact. Didn't see it. It sounded like I heard it. Dale Jr. swinging back and forth in the tri-oval, trying to block Jimmy Johnson. These are the top 2 in points, running 1-2. Jr. leads. Johnson second. Though in the points, it's Johnson leading and Junior in second, 69 points back. Big thing, though, now is the laps led. We have absolutely zero clue who has led the most laps in this race so far. Johnson just cannot sway around Dale Jr. Seems like he beat the 8 car back to the gas. Try to back up turns 3 and 4 a bit more. Just like the last corner, seems like he beat the 8 car back to the gas. Gonna look to the outside, back to the bottom. Dale Jr. throwing some massive blocks right now. He tries to stay in the lead and get as many laps led as possible. Big run to the inside. Junior, he's running Johnson all the way down. I can tell by the shadow. 48 hitting his mark, so, and he'll take the lead anyway. New leader off of turn 4, Jimmy Johnson. He's gotten his way around Dale Earnhardt Jr. So again, whether anybody stayed out or pitted during that last caution, everybody will still have to pit one more time to the end of the race. Dale Jr. to the bottom, trying to get back out in front. Off of turn 4, side by side for the lead at the line. Junior leads the lap. Johnson trying to side draft a bit more into 1. These guys run side by side too much longer. Jeff Gordon's going to start closing in again. Johnson's really pinching the 8. Be careful off turn 4 especially. Oh my goodness, they are so close to making contact. All it takes is a little bit and both cars are probably going into the wall. They are not giving each other much room. These could be the two battling for the championship. Johnson going up the track a bit more. Dale Jr. tried to pull clear. He couldn't do it. Still side by side for the lead. Jr. leads that lap. Oh, there's contact into 1. And that messed Johnson's run up. A little bit of contact costing Jimmy Johnson the lead. .70 laps to go. Stay with the far chase cam for the rest of the race. Dodgers and Harvick fan, welcome to the stream. Got 15 people watching right now. 8 likes. Hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen. 70 laps away from the finish. We've had 4 cautions tonight. We just had our most recent restart within the last 20 laps. Some drivers stayed out of the pits. Chase drivers include Tony Stewart, Bobby Labonte, Kurt Busch, so they'll have to pit well before everybody else. Robert Weeks, welcome to the stream also. We'll see if we stay green to the end. Johnson trying to find a way around Dale Jr. He goes all the way to the outside in 1 and 2. Trying to give himself maybe a little bit more of a run down the straightaway, and that seems to have worked this time. Into turn 3. Jr. didn't even try to block. Johnson slides up in front, clear. Jr. to the bottom, trying to cross him over. And he's there. At the line, Jr. actually led the lap. Now Johnson's going to try to cross the 8 over. Undercut the corner quite immensely, maybe a little too much. He's going to stall out down the straightaway. But he clears Dale Jr. into 3, and this time he doesn't slide up as much. Barely at all. Jr. could not undercut the corner. Jeff Gordon is closed. Jimmy Johnson, Dale Jr. Now it's Johnson blocking Dale Jr. Down the back stretch into turn 3. Johnson is backing his corners up. He's swinging back and forth on the tri-oval like Jr. was earlier. Really just trying to keep the 8 car behind him. Gordon to the lead. I didn't even see him get around Dale Jr. But he did get to the inside of the 48. Johnson trying to hold strong up high. Not strong enough. Gordon clear. Off turn 4. New leader. Jeff Gordon at Kansas. Johnson up the track again. He didn't want to go that high. Dale Jr. is going to get around him for second now. Johnson's just going to back off and let Jr. go. Don't want to risk putting it into the wall. And the 8's got a big run into turn 3, but Gordon's going to block. Still going to get there. Not sure. Johnson's going to fight to the outside. Oh, that was a mistake all on his own. Yeah, Harvick's number 1. What, the points, or? I'm trying to look at it. I can't really do that right now. My bad if I put Harvick in the 4. Meant 29. Gordon back to second. Johnson to the lead. Dale Jr. at third again. That's a green flag. Oh, boy. Pit stops going on. Johnson got really loose. Kept his foot in it. Oh, and that was a bad block. Bad block on Gordon. And Dale Jr. is back out in front again. Johnson lost a lot of momentum, and he thought he had enough time to block Gordon, and that was just terrible. Gordon gets by on the outside for second. Everybody's short pitting as of right now, pretty much signaling that the window for fuel is open to the end of the race. Johnson again into the wall. I've just been hitting the wall all night long. Definitely not one of my finer races. For myself and my drivability. Car's fine. I'm just pushing too hard. Speaking of pushing hard, Gordon is pressing on Dale Jr. for the lead again. Jr. trying to block Jeff Gordon. Side by side for the lead. Gordon underneath Dale Jr. Jimmy Johnson going to follow. Got to the inside of Dale Jr. Gordon leads the lap. Johnson is under Gordon. And now Jimmy Johnson gets back to the lead in turns 1 and 2. And Dale Jr. will go for second on Gordon. Dale Jr. is all clear the 24 for second. Another lap led for Johnson. Gordon challenges for second. Johnson's going to short pit this time by, hoping that fresh tires is going to be enough to try and break away from the field. So Johnson will pit off turn 4. Down to the bottom of the track, 70 miles per hour is the pit road speed limit. 4 tires and fuel for the 48. Final stop of the day for Jimmy Johnson. Window is well open to the end of the race, and he is short pitting to the finish, trying to hopefully get some track position on Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson over the course of a hopefully long run to the end of the race. Be about an 80-lap green flag run to the end. Be the second longest green flag run of the day. Johnson really needs this to stay green. Last time he short pitted, we had a caution a lap after. Luckily, he got the free pass because he was the only car lap down. It was so early in the race when it happened. About lap 55. Well, now it's a little late in the race, and he may not have the free pass position. Now we'll just have to see when Dale Jr. and Jeff Gordon pit. The only thing is this could be sacrificing the most laps led for Jimmy Johnson. Especially if Dale Jr. is able to hold off Gordon the rest of the run. If it stays green to the finish, I can see this working out for Jimmy Johnson. Johnson to the inside of Jeff Burton. Now for position. Burton still on the lead lap. He has not made his final pit stop yet. Jimmy Johnson passes him in turns 1 and 2. 50 laps to go this time by. Kind of just tell by the track map how much Johnson's already closed in on race leader Dale Jr. with the fresh tires. This dude can really pit any lap considering they're good to the end on fuel. The AI and the sports games do play strategy, their own strategy, short pitting when they want. We've seen a lot of drivers pit already. There isn't many that still have to pit. Dale Jarrett blocking Jimmy Johnson. Johnson trying to get around him. Good Jared just pinching the 48. Johnson makes a mistake into 3. Johnson cannot get around Jared. This is holding him up. Jared's been blocking. Squeezing Jimmy Johnson down on the racetrack again into turns 1 and 2, side by side. Johnson trying to hook the white line. Had his left side tires on the painted white line. Finally clears Jared off the exit of turn 2. Sat behind him for about 2.5 laps. Johnson led the most laps in each of the last 2 races, finished 2nd and 10th in both of those races. Led all but 38 laps at Talladega just to finish 10th. When it was all said and done, losing the lead with about 8 laps to go. And then at Dover again, caution came out with 2 laps left, ending the race under the caution. The longer the 8 and the 24 stay out, that's just more and more that Johnson is not only likely going to cycle ahead of him, but he's going to have a bigger lead. Although when everything does cycle through, eventually the 8 and the 24 will have fresh tires. Not sure what strategy Kenseth's on up here in the 17 car. That's going to be for position if Johnson gets around him or if he's on the lead lap, still having to make his final stop. 8 to 24 still knows the tail. Gordon just hasn't been able to get around him. Really since Johnson pit. Johnson beats Kenseth off the exit of turn 4. Kenseth is still on the lead lap. 40 laps to go at Kansas. So we know at least Jimmy Johnson's the first car lap down in 16th. Drake Wyman, welcome to the stream. Wonder Dale Jr. could be thinking as well. Hey, Johnson's short pitted by quite a bit. If it stays green to the end of the race, he may win, but if I can leave the most laps, he's only going to gain about 5 to 10 points on me today. They're not going to lose that much if Junior goes on to still finish second. Problem is there's a lot of other drivers like Tony Stewart, Kurt Busch, Bobby Labonte, as far as the chase drivers who have already short pit as well. Kevin Harvick potentially could have also. Haven't really seen him in a while. Don't know about where Casey Kane's at. Haven't seen him in a while either. Ryan Newman. That could cycle ahead of these guys on top of the 48. Caution whether it happens now or after they pit is going to help out the 8 to 24. Probably going to help them a little bit more if it's before they pit. Baldwin in the 132. Ooh, Johnson overdrove the corner, trying to get to the inside of Gordon. So he's still loose off turn 2. Gordon shuts the door. They're going to try to hold the 48 up as much as possible. Johnson to the inside of Jeff Gordon. Gordon's pinching his teammate. No contact. Gordon's holding up Jimmy Johnson about as much as Dale Jarrett was, if not more. Again, Jimmy to the inside, this time off the exit of turn 2. He's going to stay way down low. He should be Dale Jr. to the inside as well. And finally, the fresh tires will prevail. Johnson's back on the lead lap, and Gordon's going for the lead. He followed the 48, and Jr.'s in the wall off turn 4, and Jeff Gordon is now out in front of Kansas with less than 40 to go. Jr. put it in the wall off turn 4 after the 48 got around him. Gordon never touched him. Jr. just got tight. So swing lap sled now in the favor of the 24, but is Jr. led enough? The going is pretty good, Drake. Hopefully you're doing fine yourself this evening. A little Wednesday night edition of NASCAR Chase for the Cup 2005. Race coming down to the closing stages. Johnson's going to take a 3 wide down the back and into turn 3. Passing a bunch of slower lap cars. 3 wide off turn 4, back behind the 48. They made it. 30 laps to go for Jeff Gordon. Some of the leaders are pitting. I believe Dale Jr. is pitting off of turn 4. Gordon remains in the lead. Jr. may be thinking, well, just pit before the 24 car after he passed him. At least try to get out ahead of him. Now we just got to figure out when exactly the 24 car is going to pit. Car's pitting off turn 4 ahead of the 48. Definitely going to start to get his positions back. Gordon pits now with 29 to go. 24 car's final stop. And Dale Jarrett will lead that lap at the line. He'll be the new leader. Again, he's the only non-chaser who has led today. We've had 8 different leaders total. Ryan Newman, Matt Kenseth. Have not led of the chase drivers. Neither is Bobby Labonte. 3 wide off the exit of turn 2 up the way. Lap cars trying to find their way into the pits, perhaps. Pete Nelson going wide. He's going to let Johnson in underneath him. 3 wide off the exit of turn 4 in front. Oh, contact! Nemechek squeezed Mark Martin into the wall. The 105 was underneath him. Johnson is back in the lead lap, but again, he doesn't need a caution. He'll be on older tires on a restart, unless he decides to pit and give up track position. Doesn't want to have to make that tough decision. Turn 4 has been the danger spot all night long. All 4 cautions on the front stretch, 3 of which up the exit of turn 4. Jeff Burton is now the new leader. 9 different leaders now in the race, another non-chaser. Burton stays out another lap. Johnson is up to 4th. 18 of Bobby Labonte in front of him. Johnson clears him off turn 4. Labonte cracks the wall hard off turn 4. He keeps it going. We stay green again. Just north of 20 to go. Burton pitting this time. Terry Labonte, Jeff Green staying wide. They're letting Jimmy Johnson go. And now Jeff Green's in the wall off turn 4. Everybody's putting into the wall off turn 4. Johnson to the lead into turn 1. There'll be an official lead change when he gets back to the line. I wonder if leading this many laps to the end of the race could clinch in the most laps led. We'll just have to wait and see. When we go through those finishing results at the end of the race. The crew chief gives word of it beforehand. Johnson's got about 25 lap older tires compared to Jeff Gordon and Dale Earnhardt Jr., but he's got about an 8-second lead. 8.1 in turns 1 and 2 to be exact. With only 23 to go, that's pretty comfortable. Half a tank of gas left for Johnson. Yeah, he should be plenty good to the end. Got to the end of your race, finished 37, 6 laps down. Sounds rough. Been there. I've been there. You can definitely tell Johnson is not as fast as Gordon and Dale Jr. anymore. It's down to 7.8. I mean, even if he catches lap traffic decently, should be all right. $20 to go. At the line. Johnson closing in on Ray Parker. Johnson was about only a 1/10 of a second slower that last time than second place. Didn't quite clear Parker off turn 2. Still side by side with him. In 3, Parker giving him a racetrack down to the inside. Johnson slides up. Parker not going to cross him over. Looked like he was about to, but then he didn't. Johnson 0.2 of a second slower than second place that last time. That is not a pace quick enough that they will catch him. They're going to have to up that pace quite a bit. Faster lap cars that are on fresher tires, though, behind the 48, I would think would probably be the best opportunity to slow Johnson down, because he's not going to catch any cars on fresh tires in front of him. The lappers he's going to catch from here on out are going to be ones that are equal to older tires than him. Should make for a little bit easier passes like Ray Parker was at last time just a couple laps ago. Lead still at 7.2 off of turn 4. Races can end under yellow if he gets down low enough with the laps remaining if we did get a caution. And restart with 10 or less laps to go and be single file. No lap cars would be in the way. Oh, Johnson makes a little bit of contact with the 191. Slid a little too far wide off the exit of turn 2. Parker's going to fight back down to the inside of Jimmy. 191 car going to get through as well. Slides up right in front of the 48. Oh my gosh. The heck was that? It's like loose down the straightaway. Johnson barely kept it off the wall. Had to lift a bit. It's Bo Banks in the 191, Ray Parker in the 141. Jeff Green and Terry Labonte have closed in behind Johnson. They're side by side. Banks staying wide. Johnson can't quite clear him back again. Should clear him getting into turns 3 and 4. Johnson slides up, almost gets into Ray Parker. That was pretty close. 3 wide off the exit of turn 4. Johnson's just trying to hold his lane in the middle. He almost makes contact with Parker. That was close. His teammate Terry Labonte got underneath him and took him 3 wide. And now there goes Jeff Green. What is up with the lap traffic holding up Jimmy Johnson? One of them is his teammate Terry Labonte, of all drivers. Johnson gets back down in front of Banks. Oh, he overdrove 3. Banks pressuring on the high side again. Terry Labonte going to stay wide. Trying to give his teammate Johnson, the race leader, plenty of room. Where's the spotter telling these guys to get out of the way when you need it? Clears the 43 of Jeff Green off turn 2. Lead down to 5.5 seconds, 11 laps to go this time by. I think Jeff Green and Terry Labonte are probably on fresher tires. I don't think Ray Parker or Bo Banks is, though, considering Johnson ran those guys down. Jeff Green peeking to the inside in turns 1 and 2. Oh, Johnson loose into 3. Contact with Jeff Green. Ruby Parrish, welcome to the stream. Oh, Banks gets to the inside of Johnson again. Oh, that's not where Johnson wants to be. 3 wide, turn 4, Kansas, contact with Jeff Green. More contact on turn 4. He gets ran into from behind from Ray Parker, who couldn't check up off the exit of turn 4. Johnson has a crinkled left rear corner panel. And the lead's down to 3.2 off of turn 2 with 9 to go. And now Joe Nemechek's on the inside. Johnson's car is loose with the damage on the left rear. Oh my goodness. Has to lift off turn 4 again. Another bot. I don't know what's with the bots coming into the chat tonight. Oh man, Mark Martin almost slid right into the side of the 0-1 of Nemechek. Seven to go. It's a 2.3 second lead at the line. This lap traffic is costing Johnson, and Johnson's car is struggling right now with the damage on the left rear. Got put 3 wide middle in a vulnerable position. Contact with Jeff Green. He tried to lift to avoid from wrecking, and then Ray Parker hit him from behind. There's a ton of lap traffic around him. Jeff Green, Casey Mears, Bobby Labonte all out of the rear view, and you know Labonte's going to race him hard because he's in the chase. They're side by side in front of Jimmy Johnson. Parker clears Martin. 3 wide behind Johnson between Labonte, Mears, and Jeff Green. Remember, Johnson's got older tires compared to really all the cars running him down from behind, whether they're lap cars or lead lap cars, and we still got 5 laps to go. And the lead's down to 1.5 seconds. They are 3 wide again off the exit of turn 2. Johnson's just trying to hold everybody back at this point. Labonte down low. Johnson's struggling with the car. He's just wiggling so much in the center of the corner. 4 to go. He was pretty even that last lap. I think those other lead lap cars have caught the back of these 5 or 6 lap cars running right behind Johnson. They're going to have to somehow get through there to get to the 48. Johnson's hoping he doesn't let any of them underneath him so he doesn't get trained. Three to go. Trying to keep the car pinned to the bottom. Lead down to 1.1. He overdrove the corner a bit. Actually didn't wiggle that much. I was quite surprised. Trying to beat the 43 of Jeff Green down to the inside again. And he does. 2 to go this time. Jeff Green to the inside of the 48. These two already made contact once. Right front into the yellow now for Johnson. Tires wearing out a bit more. Jeff Green underneath him. He'll be coming to the white flag this time by. We'll have 1 lap to go. White flag in the air for Jimmy Johnson. Lead down to 0.7 seconds at the line. It was 7.3. Actually, no, it was what, 8.1? Still about 3 or 4 lap cars between first or second place off the exit of turn 2. Johnson gets back by Jeff Green one more time. And Johnson is going to survive the late lap traffic that almost costed him. Gave him a lot of damage to the left rear. But again, he makes it. Checkered flag. Jimmie Johnson wins the Banquet 400 at Kansas. That was not as easy as it probably should have been. An 8.1 second lead cut down to nearly a half a second in about the last 23 laps. Lap traffic was holding Johnson up so much. He had older tires on top of it, and then the damage to the left rear with about 9 to go. Ray Parker got into the back of him off of turn 4. After Johnson was 3 wide in the middle, just trying to get out of the way. Second win of the chase for Johnson, and I believe that is number 13 on the year. Oh, man. 6 races to go, and he'll add on to his championship lead. I don't know how many laps he led exactly. Yeah, 0.6 of a second margin of victory. 2 hours, 40 minutes time of the race. 4 cautions. Here's a look at the top 10. 1-2 finish for Hendrick Motorsports. Jeff Gordon finished only 0.6 of a second back. In second, Dale Jr. finishes third, 5 seconds off the lead. Matt Kenseth fourth. Tony Stewart rounded out the top 5. Kurt Busch 6th. Dale Jarrett 7th. Kevin Harvick 8th. Jeff Burton 9th. Casey Kane, who led laps early in the race, fell back to 10th. 81 laps led today for Jimmie Johnson, and that was the most laps led. So Johnson leads the most laps, scoring 190 points, a max points day. So for the 3rd straight race, he's led the most. Dale Jr. had 53 led. Gordon had 38 led. Stewart had 10, 3 for Jarrett. Busch. Kevin Harvick had 29, 3 for Jeff Burton. 46 laps for Casey Kane. I guess he had the 2nd most laps led. 1 for Ryan Newman. So I guess Newman did lead a lap. Where'd Newman finish? Newman finished 12th. The other chase drivers outside the top 10 would have been Bobby Labonte in 28th. He was actually 2 laps down at the end of the race. So he was well off of it today. He's going to lose a lot more ground. And that was pretty much it. Only 2 engine failures. Walker and then Elliott Sadler, we saw him blow an engine. No surprise out of Sadler. That's kind of been what's been happening a lot to him this season. Nice comeback win. It wasn't much of a comeback win. It was more of a almost choked win. We definitely had a lot of situations where it looked like we were going to have to come back, but they were still in the first half of the race. I thought we were going to get trapped a lap down with that caution, but we were in the free pass position, luckily. That was at lap 55. We had to restart at the tail of the field, but we eventually got back up to the lead, like right around lap 114. It was a fight. It was a fight, to say the least. The UAW GM Quality 500 at Lowe's Motor Speedway will be tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It'll be the 5th race of the chase for the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series. We'll take a look at those point standings before we head out of here tonight. All right. So there is the updated point standings. Jimmie Johnson grows his lead by only 20 points over Dale Earnhardt Jr. today, but he still grows the lead with the max points day, getting the win. The 2nd win of the chase in the first 4 chase races. Again, 13th of the year. Season high for both. Dale Earnhardt Jr., 89 points back. Jeff Gordon, 95 points back after a 2nd place finish, leading laps. Dale Jr. finished 3rd. He led some laps. Kevin Harvick led some laps, finishing in the top 10. I think he finished 7th or 8th. He's only 124 back still. Rookie Casey Kane falls from 3rd to 5th in the standings, even with a top 10 and leading the second most laps today. But he's only 131 back, so only the top 5 are within 1 race worth of points now. I think coming into the race, the top 6 were within 1 race worth of points. So only the top 5. Matt Kenseth is 6th in points still. He loses about 30 points on Jimmy Johnson. He's 194 back, but definitely not out of contention with 6 races if something goes wrong or he just goes on an absolute hot streak. He did win 2 races ago at Talladega. Tony Stewart, 226 back. Ryan Newman, 238. Kurt Busch, 251. Bobby Labonte, the long shot right now at 282 after a 28th place finish, 2 laps down today. By far the worst of the Chase drivers. I mean, none of these guys are out of it yet. But it's going to be a pretty steep hill for those drivers for Matt Kenseth back. Being over 1 race worth of points out with 6 to go. We might go into the final race of the season with like 4 or 5 drivers that have a shot to win the championship. The way it's shaping up right now. But that was a massive win for Jimmy Johnson. Next race at Charlotte. Yep. Lowe's Motor Speedway, also known as Charlotte Motor Speedway now. Tomorrow night on the channel for NASCAR Chase for the Cup 05 again at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope to see you guys then. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content, realistic commentary for NASCAR video game, and real race live streams on the daily. So I greatly appreciate you guys coming out supporting me again here tonight. Can't wait to see you guys again tomorrow. Have a good rest of your night, everybody.